One of the new players, Shah Faisal, who's had a good start to his international career to get things going. As Kushal Bertel and Asif Sheikh open up the batting. Looks like a better surface this evening. Plenty of runs in it for UAE. The first 200 plus score of the entire tournament was scored this afternoon.
Yeah, it looks like a belter of track. We can see the sheen on the wicket. Not much of a grass covering. 225 that UAE posted in the afternoon.
Incredible to think. So look at that, a turnover of 12 different players in this Oman squad. Just Jatinder Singh, Shakil Ahmed and Sufyan Mahmood remain from 18 months prior. But the new guns, despite a lack of international experience, we heard Jatinder Singh talk about that at the toss, have got it done. And in all reality, that's got to go down as one of the great achievements in associate history, and certainly in recent associate cricket.
Yeah, only 3 players still there in the squad of 15. Jatinder Singh named the captain earlier.
They took over the reins from Maki Bilyas. At one point, probably about 2 years ago, was probably seen as the most informed cricketer in the associate game. So the first runs of the night will belong to Kushal Bertel. Just the single. And for Nepal, a return to the T20 World Cup. They didn't have to wait as long as they did for their second appearance. 10 years, a decade of hurts, and this time just 2 years back-to-back appearances. And probably, despite some of the chaos and the drama and the cardiac kids, or the cardiac kings as I've seen them referred to a little bit of late, they deserve their place.
Absolutely they do. They've played very good cricket in this tournament, and they've played well against West Indies, beating West Indies 2-1 in the bilateral series last month.
Well, it's probably the most un-Nepali way possible that they could have qualified or confirmed their qualification today. They weren't even on the park, that's why there was no drama. There's a big wide one is attempted to be driven through the covers, no contact made, wide given. And yeah, you couldn't ride it, could you, with Nepal? You would think that, given what we've seen before this afternoon's game, all 5 prior Super 6 matches had gone to the final over with the variety of between 9 runs and 12 runs required. Nepal somehow came out on the right side in 2 of them.
Talking about the game against Qatar, they are on the back foot in the first 10 overs.
Nicely worked into the leg side. That shows how good this pitch is. It's just pinged off the bat, hasn't it? Just going to correct myself. Jatinder Singh and Sufyan Mahmood were standby players for that T20 World Cup last year. So if you want to kind of be really clinical about it, it's just Shakil Ahmed who's been retained. So that's basically, let's call it in essence an entirely new squad to qualify for back-to-back World Cups. Well, my hat is doffed to you, Mr. Dilip Mendes, sir. An outstanding job. And yeah, Oman absolutely deserve their place at the top of the table. Lot to play for tonight though, isn't there, despite the fact that both sides have qualified. You'll want the silverware, you'll want to win this tournament, you'll want your T20I rankings points, but also critically, perhaps most critically, if you finish above both of the other 2 associate qualifiers from this group, you're more likely to get a better seeding in that T20 World Cup next year.
Yes, that is why this game particularly is very important for both the sides. They'll want to win it, secure the first position in the table, like you said, win the silverware.
It is a little sad that we won't have the chaos or the drama or the remarkable scenes of a final over finish to decide one of the qualification spots, as these 2 are already through. Good diving stop gets us to the end of the 4th over. That's Sufyan Mahmood. It's in qualify. But one thing is for certain, if they beat Japan tomorrow afternoon, which will be our next game here in Muscat, they will take the 3rd and final spots, and we'll just be playing for pride for the final 3 matches. And Shakil Ahmed opens the bowling. He has had the most prolific 2 years you could ever imagine.
Yes, very accurate bowler, Shakil Ahmed. left-arm orthodox. He doesn't bowl any bad deliveries. He's always on the spot.
Maybe just a hint of an inside edge. Yeah, and he relishes this role, Paresh, at bowling in the power play.
He's been doing this for a long time, taking the second over, bowling inside the power play. He actually bowls 2 overs or maybe 3.
He often can bowl all 3 on the bounce, can't he? Nicely played. Finds the gap, but there was probably half a stop from the backward point fielder. It'll keep it to just a couple. You look at his numbers since he started, particularly in ODI cricket, where, well, they're frankly ludicrous, aren't they? I know he's only played 15 ODIs. He's averaging 11. He's taken 39 wickets in 15 games. In T20I, he's very good too. Economy rate hovering around a run a ball, and he's got 33 wickets to his name in 41 bowling appearances. As that's pumped over mid-on. Gets enough of it. Mohammed Nadeem was interested at first. Might still be. No, it'll get to the rope. And the first boundary is greeted by raucous cheers from what feels to be a predominantly Nepali crowd, even though we're on Omani soil.
Yes, they have come out in numbers here, Nepali supporters. Big support for Nepal cricket, not only in Oman, not only back home, around the world.
And there will be celebrations all the way around Nepal. Just got to give a quick shout out to a couple I met with their beautiful young baby girl who flew over this morning from Kathmandu. Also met a couple of fans who've flown from Qatar. One couple that is driven from Abu Dhabi today. So amazing how it is bringing supporters from all across the Gulf and further afield to here in the Sultanate of Oman. 2 overs have been bowled. It's 5 for none. 3 spots between the 2 regions. Misses the pull shot. Does seem to change a bit here when the floodlights kick in. The conditions always are a bit different to what we've seen earlier in the day.
The ball tends to skid under floodlights here in the Oman Cricket Academy. Just decent start for Nepal, 10 for no loss in the 3rd over. A good job by the Omani bowlers, just restricting Nepal, not getting them to get to a good start. Pulled away behind square on the leg side. That's the first maximum from Asif Sheikh.
And listen to that noise outside. Beautiful pick-up pull shots. On-pace delivery from Shah Faisal. Just rolls his wrists on that really nicely. Almost making too much noise for us to even contain ourselves here in the commentary box. Beautiful stroke, really nicely affected.
Just it was pitched outside the leg stump, helped it away down to deep square leg. Rasid Riaz, the umpire, just checking the ball.
Yeah, that T20 World Cup qualifier 2 years ago for the Asia region that I was just talking about, Paresh. For those who remember it, they'll probably never forget the scenes there in Kirtipur. In theory, it was a celebration game, wasn't it? Both sides had qualified, and it was a lovely euphoric day. But they put on an absolute exhibition. 184 played 184. As the match was tied, it went to a super over. And then ultimately it was Naseem Kushi who had the final say, because his 3 massive sixes off Abhinesh Bahara, who was trusted to bowl the super over, had it been the option of Sandeep Lamachani, who defended just 8 runs required to win in the final over. There was 7 in total. He actually picked up 3 wickets and the run out between Rohit Paudel and Karan KC 2. And then despite Kushal Malla hitting a couple of boundaries, Nepal were never going to chase the 22 that they required in the super over. So Oman got their hands on the trophy, but it was an amazing occasion. Two sides kind of came together in celebration. A completely packed out crowd. I think you were there with me, Paresh, weren't you? What a game that was.
Yes, I was there, and going to the super over, and Oman beating Nepal in the super over in the final.
Big call, wasn't it, to go with Bahara instead of it felt like kind of Lamachani had the momentum. Maybe he should have been given the ball. But it was an all-time classic, that one. 184 for 6 Nepal made. Oman 184 for 9. Kashyap Prajapati's 63 was adjudicated player of the match, and it was Akib Ilyas who was the player of the series, who had more than 100 runs and 10 wickets to his name. Gulshan Jah that day took a real liking to Fayaz Butt, if I remember correctly. 9 boundaries, 54 he made off just 25. He'll have a role to play tonight as always. As Bertel gets his pull shot out, and now this may well have gone just shy of going all the way. No complaints from the Nepal substitutes in the dugout. They probably had a good view, but maybe just a fraction in front of the rope, and it runs for 4.
Yeah, this shot suggests that the pitch is playing really good for the batters. Inches inside the rope.
We had a big moment of controversy, didn't we, in the Qatar game, where it appeared as though the ball had landed on the rope and the full fielder indicated 4, and then the umpire really didn't have any choice but to believe him. But no complaints at all. You'd imagine if the Nepal bench had thought that had gone over the rope, they would have certainly elevated their arms, but given as a boundary 4 instead. And just a few signs that there are certainly runs in this surface, more than we saw in the games a couple of days ago. That one square driven, good. Stopped getting down on his knees by Syed Amir Kaleem, the great veteran. Him and Mohammed Nadeem, the two continuing to wishing Nepal well in this crucial game. Ravichandran Ashwin has just tweeted a photo of Rohit Paudel. It says, "Keep chasing your dream. Well done, Rohit Paudel. Well done, Nepal." To his 12 million followers. Edged, would have been out had a first slip been in place. Instead, Sheikh gets lucky and will get a boundary 4.
Trying to play inside out, Asif Sheikh getting that edge. We could see a hint of return there by Shakil Ahmed. Very good bowler for Oman.
Fans already reaching fever pitch. We're only in the 4th over here. Frenzied chance of Nepal outside our window. This could be a really enjoyable evening. There is no doubt that I think it was interesting out there at the toss. So many might say to me, "Well, Lenny, why didn't you ask both of the captains about qualifying?" I think on this occasion probably wasn't the right thing to do. We'll talk to them about that after the game. From what I gather, I don't think Nepal's players actually know yet. I know the Oman players do. As Bertel goes downtown, strikes it really well, strikes it into the side screen. Beautiful stroke, soared into the night sky and soars for the maximum.
Exceptional shot by Kushal Bhutel. The ball was darted in by Shakil Ahmed. Just didn't try to hit it hard, just timed it.
Yeah, he gets a really good piece of that, doesn't he? Thing of beauty the way that one flew away. Never a fielder down there, always a good place to hit. As for the first time really in this tournament, Shakil Ahmed is having a bit of pressure applied to him. Where's he going to go? He's cut away for 4 more. That's a poor delivery, a rare poor one. I think he was looking for the arm ball, just ended up being a long hop. And Bertel is looking to make hay whilst the sun shines, or the floodlights shine down here in the power play.
That was a half tracker outside the off stump, gave a bit of room Kushal Bhutel and cut that down to backward point. This is a good start for Nepal. Oman, they have to pull the game back by taking wickets.
Really good batting. Enjoying watching Bertel's resurgence and exactly what we were hoping we would see from him. 4 overs have been bowled. It's 37 for none.
with 4 half centuries in 5 games.
Yeah, I remember that vividly. One of those was thanks to a Vivian Kingma no ball in Kathmandu. Kingma just returned to the team. Here comes Sufyan Mahmood, who'll probably be the proudest man from Oman in the entire country. Bit of a star himself on social media. 2 million followers on Instagram, this man. Much loved across the Sultanate. He comes in with his little medium pacers. Will bowl a lot of leg cutters, take the pace off. Not an easy art to do, but with the keeper up to the stumps, he has a game plan, and he'll kind of look for either of the two batters to make a mistake and falter.
This is kind of a bowler that can be effective in this wicket. The wicket is flat, no much of a grass in it, and playing very well. We could see that in the afternoon game, UAE posting the highest total of the event, 225.
Driven straight to the cover point fielder, who does well. I think this is a good move from Jatinder Singh, getting the pace off the ball, and you could see that Bertel and Sheikh were enjoying the pace on from Faisal Shah, and then even though he's a spinner, there is always pace on, isn't there, from Shakil Ahmed, because he darts it in so rapidly. Sufyan Mahmood will do the opposite, much longer run up than Shakil Ahmed, but everything will come down much slower. Apart from the occasional fully on pace delivery. Good piece of fielding by the great man Mohamed Nadeem. What must he be feeling, thinking about going back to a T20 World Cup, that this was never on his radar? He'd retired, he was coaching, until he was, in essence, told, we need you back.
The 43-year-old young Mohamed Nadeem looks so fit.
I wonder, could it be a last world event for him? Or will he maybe be thinking of one last 50 over? He's a very good 50 over player, of course, as well. You think about his batting and his bowling. Helped away into the leg side. Strikes it pretty well, but won't get to the rope. But as we've so often seen throughout this tournament, Nepal's running between their wickets, and their fielding has been nothing short of sensational. In the talk of the tournament, Dipender Singh Airi with 4 consecutive direct hit run-outs in 4 games. And again, we'll be in for a treat in the second innings, seeing as to exactly how Oman try to counteract that.
The last ball, Hamad Mirza doing a good job in the outfield, sliding to his left, stopping the ball. Saved 2 runs for his team.
Carted away. Well, there's almost a bit of swagger in that stroke, and the follow-up from Asif Sheikh. Stood there, picked the leg cutter, and just smashed it for 4.
He just waited for the ball to come to him. You can see that. Just waits for the ball. That was a leg cutter. And plays it over the infield at extra cover for a boundary. Even though he plays over the infield, he looks so elegant.
Can't beat the man this time, so Sufyan Mahmood gets out of that over with only 7 on it. From it, it's 44 for none.
Energy egg. Energy भनेकै Red Bull.
Skyward Home Appliances.
गजबको पिरो अब 120 ग्राम 20% एक्स्ट्रा तौलसँगै रु 50 मा गजबको पिरो बबाल पिरो छ.
Can't wait, won't wait. Sunfeast Dark Fantasy.
IME Life बालकिरण जीवन बीमा.
English Premier League को प्रत्यक्ष प्रसारण केवल कान्तिपुर मैक्स HD र कान्तिपुर मैक्स को एपमा हेर्न नछुटाउनुहोला.
Be supplemented by 3 more turf pitches. Is a very late change. Mohamed Nadeem had the ball and was ready to bowl. Now remember, we've got our timer in operation here. 57 seconds on the clock. Wonder, will this be the first warning? You're entitled to 2 warnings. The third one will account for a 5-run penalty. Keep your eyes on the umpire here. I think it is going to be the first warning, Paresh. I'll try and get that updated for you. Going to be left arm spin. in the shape of Nadeem Khan, who was the hero with the bat the other day for Oman. What an innings that was.
Yes, it was. That is why he was declared the player of the match against UAE. Cut away into the gap. Very good placement by Kushal Bhurtel. Yet another boundary for him.
Loves a cut shot, doesn't he? It's one of his favourite strokes, and been really impressed by this young Nadeem Khan. I think they've uncovered a very talented young bowler. Not a lot wrong with the delivery. Really hasn't missed by much, but it's just manipulation of the ball into an area that he enjoys and he likes, and finds a way to squeeze that between a packed area and the offside for 4. Now he comes down the track, doesn't get to the pitch. Good bowling again. Intently watching Kushal Bhurtel.
Just bowling back of the length, seeing that Bhurtel coming down the track. He just shortened his length. Bhurtel trying to heave that over mid-wicket, but getting the inner half of the bat straight to the fielder.
Again cut, but can't pierce the infield. Always an important over the 6th, and big show of faith from Jatinder Singh and Nadeem Khan to bowl it.
This has been a good start by Nepal, 48 for no loss.
Hit down the ground, not quite out of the middle, but good enough to get 4. Don't know if he was looking to hit it in that direction. Might have been a little bit fortunate, but the 50 comes up in some style. Getting good reward for positive intent here as Kushal Bhurtel's excellent tournament continues.
That was flat batted straight over the bowler's head. A good diving effort by the fielder there, but couldn't stop it.
Already the best power play of the tournament for Nepal, who are finally finding some real joy here in the first 6 overs, which hasn't been frequent. Even in the games they've been winning, they haven't been off to flying starts. Goes past the 45 for 1 that they made against Japan, and they'll finish with 53 unbroken, and the power play definitely belongs to the side that won the toss and chose to bat first. That's Nepal. It's 53 for none.
Flat batted straight down the ground for yet another boundary. Power play belongs to Nepal.
Are you thinking about booking your next cruise holiday? P&O Cruises have just released the 2020
Continue. As they'll pick up a single. Well, we were calling him the Butwell boss for a while, weren't we? Kushal Bhurtel, born down in Rupendahe. Cricketers from down in that sort of Terai region, aren't they, in Nepal? Is the Butwell boss back with a bang?
He is definitely back because he's already scored a 50 in this event. Couple of good innings as well. He all started for him when he played the last game against West Indies. He scored 39, quick fire 39.
He looked really good that evening, didn't he? He was so unlucky to be given out.
The understanding between these two is so good. They had to come in together and just talk about the running between the wickets.
Yeah, there'll be a lot of pride across Nepal this evening. Paresh, this is a kind of a celebratory game as opposed to a nervy one. Both sides qualified. Asif Sheikh, I know his brother Arif hasn't played, but the 2 boys from Bir Gunj. You think about the nation there in Nepal, from the Himal region all the way down through the Pahad region down to the Terai, beautiful slim country, from all the way out in the far west from Sudar Pashim all the way out to the far east. There isn't many parts of it that aren't touched by this journey of Nepal's cricketers, the impact they're having for the country. What will the reaction be this evening, tonight, across Kathmandu and Bhaktapur, Bir Gunj, Janakpur, Butwell, beautiful Ilam, down to Bhairawa, Manang, Nepal Gunj. What's everyone going to be thinking this evening?
I've seen in the social media that big screens have been kept in restaurants or hotels, and everyone watching the game, they will celebrate, no doubt, today evening.
Going to be like a party tonight, I suspect, across Nepal, isn't it? some of the reactions as well that we've seen have just been phenomenal. I don't know if you've seen some of the videos, and they haven't just been in Nepal, have they? They've been all over the world. People breaking in play as Sofia Mahmood just gets a warning for running right down the pitch. Farmers ploughing their fields with animals whilst watching the Kantapur feed on the television.
Yes, and even though Oman has also qualified, Omani team along with their fans, they must be excited as well.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's great joy here. You can see the Oman flags up on the balcony of the Oman Cricket Academy. And no one prouder than Sofia Mahmood. As we said, he was a reserve player in that last T20 World Cup. He'll be desperate to be a part of that trip to India and Sri Lanka. I suspect he will be. Just the 6 singles in the over. Well bowled Mahmood. 7 have been bowled. It's 59 fish in one of these two sides. It would need to be 4 teams on 6 points or more, and then the net run rate would come in as the differential. So confirmation occurred in, well, the least dramatic fashion possible, the most un-Nepali style possible, you might say, as Khan will continue. How do you think both of these sides will go at that T20 World Cup next year? Nepal pushed, well, South Africa to the absolute brink, Bangladesh right to the edge. They lost a game to the Netherlands. It was a really thrilling one too in Texas. For Oman, they had that brilliant super over game against Namibia. Got him, bowled him, and Asif Sheikh tried to give himself room. But the middle stump is rocked back, and Oman have broken this opening partnership.
We don't see quite often Asif Sheikh playing this kind of shot, giving himself room, try to get the gap on the offside behind square, giving himself room, completely beaten by the pace of the delivery. It was slightly slow through the air. He has to depart. A good opening stand coming to an end. Very good bowling by Nadeem Khan. He has to depart for 24 of 20. Nepal 61 for 1.
Rohit Paudel, the captain, to the crease. He'll come in at number 3. Critical 50 that he made in the last game, his first of 2025. Probably the best we've seen him play this year in this format. Was just talking to you, Paresh, about how the sides will go. Oman pushed Australia really hard in the Caribbean, but then they had a very heavy defeat against England, bowled out all out for 30 odd. Do you think these two sides, as Bertel just gets home, can be competitive? Do you think they can win games against the Test Nations?
It's all about the surface. You'll get good surfaces in India playing this format. Good running between the wickets by Bertel.
I think there probably will be belief within the Nepal squad, having now beaten the West Indies for the first time. An awful lot of that defeat to South Africa was that they'd just never been in a position like that before. Didn't quite know how to react. I think one of the win predictors had them up over 95%, 97% favourites at one stage in that chase. Oh, he's got him, and he's got him around his legs. A shade of Shakil Ahmed to that one. They've uncovered a gem here. Have Oman in the shape of the youngster Nadeem Khan. Did it with the bat in the last game, doing it with the ball now. And Paudel's got to go for just 1.
This is excellent bowling, excellent over by Nadeem Khan. 2 wickets in this over. Rohit Paudel exposing his stumps. Wanted to ramp that behind, but the leg stump coming off the groove there. He has to depart of 1. Nepal 63 for 2.
Shakil Ahmed returns to the attack for his third. 2 left-arm spinners bowling in tandem. Surely this is the tailor-made custom situation as to why you want Kushal Malla in your side.
Yeah, left-arm orthodox bowling, and why don't you get your left-arm batsman to counter-attack the bowlers?
I would have thought that this is, whilst Malla's had a few struggles against maybe express pace and people who come in and bump him, left-arm spin is well, it's his breakfast, lunch and dinner. Instead, they've maybe sent Irie in just to accumulate some runs. I think this is a strange call. We've seen a few slightly strange ones, haven't we? We couldn't understand Sundeep Jur all the way down at number 8. We couldn't understand why Gulshan Jha was held so far back in the last game. There's always a flexibility with the order. And rightly so, because there are so many different combinations and permutations and factors that come into play. But is this exact scenario right now, despite the 2 quick wickets, not tailor-made for Kushal Malla?
He should have been sent at number 4 to counter-attack the left-arm orthodox. Shakil Ahmed a bit expensive today. Kushal Purtil had a good liking. Easily done by Purtel down the ground. Dipender Singh is looking for the second.
This always happens, Paresh. Whenever I name a few places, I get a message. Well, sir, you haven't said Thuratham or Sulakumba or Dulpa or Mugu or Makwinpur. I can't name all 77 on air. I'm sorry. I will try to get a mention in for everyone. Shows how many people are watching all around the world. If you do want to get in touch, use that hashtag T20 World Cup. And we will try and read out your messages. Any questions for Paresh? His last night with us. Won't be with us the last 2 nights as there's only 2 games each day. You can get those directly to me at Cricket Badge, and we'll read those questions out. Where we have an opportunity as Irie takes on Jatinder Singh and needed to get going, and he's so quick he'll think about the second. Good fielding from Singh. Make for an interesting replay this. 9 have been bowled, 67 for 2. Well, he is rapid, Paresh. Would he have got home? Always been a good fielder. That's why he's in that important position there at extra cover. Khan will come in and bowl his 3rd now. Oh, that's beautifully bowled. It's gone. And Nadeem Khan is on fire. He's changing this game. He's swinging it the way of the hosts. The promotion of Irie up the order to number 5 doesn't work. It is number 4 he was in. He's gone now. And Irie, well, he has to take the long walk back. This was plumb. Trapped LBW right in front.
Excellent bowling by Nadeem Khan. Slightly slow through the air. Misses it completely. There was a hint of a turn. That is why Dipender Singh Irie was deceived. Plumb in front.
Well, I've liked the look of him ever since I've seen him. He's got a classical action. Nepal, after such a good start, have got themselves in a horrible tangle. It's an Nadeem and Khan inspired comeback. How well has he bowled? He's got...
आईसीसी म्याच जति अब आइपिसी एक दिनमा त होला नि तीनटा टिमले मलाई म्यासेज गरेको अनि मैले त अब त्यो फाइनल गइसक्यो नि जस्तो लाग्यो टिममा बोलाएको कुदो
Right, many congratulations. I think you knew. Did the rest of your team know that you'd already qualified for the World Cup before the start of that game, or did Stuart Laws bring a bit of a surprise on you?
No, we knew it. To be honest, we're watching that somehow and UAE game, and we knew it. We have already qualified for the. We already qualified for the World Cup. So, but having said that, we were eyeing the trophy. So it was very important game for us to win today's game against Oman and to be on top of the table. So yeah, we were playing for that trophy.
How does it feel? The fans have been immense yet again. This is going to fill so many people in Nepal and all around the world, the diaspora, with just so much joy. It must be such a special feeling to be a part of that.
I think it's a great feeling right now. I cannot explain in words because we have dreamt it for past 1 year. We have been dreaming that again we have to play a World Cup, and it gives lot of joy to all the team. So I think I'm very blessed to have such a great bunch of players, and at the same time the staff, our support staff is great. Coach Stuart is tremendous. Ganudai, Nick, Dane, trainer, physio, Ramandai, everyone has did their job really well. So I'm very grateful to them, and as a players have done a great job, great hard work, and I think it's a result of that we have been qualified for the World Cup, and now one more game left. Just pull it off last game.
10 years of hurt for the last gap, and this time you're going to go back to concurrent T20 World Cups. How much would you love to be in India if you get placed in that group in particular?
Absolutely, we are looking to go in India because a lot of Nepali people can go easily to India, and it will be great for us to play in India because a lot of people will also go, and a lot of people live in India also. Nepali people live in India, so I think it will be a great atmosphere in India, and we're looking to play in India.